Here we go.
Look, Zena, look, there's where your bed's gonna be.
I like it, I like it. Hi, I'm Todd.
Hey, and I'm Stephanie, and this is Zena.
And we are Two Beards and a Babe. Each week we bring you a video of our update for our remodel on a 1978 Airstream.
We also like to share a little bit about our family and what kind of places that we like to visit.
This week we'll be revealing to you the floor plan.
Yeah, and I think we're going to take a day trip over to Glen Rose, Texas and visit Dinosaur Valley State Park. Do some hiking and maybe some swimming. So if you like what you see and you'd like to follow our journey, please go ahead and click subscribe here on YouTube. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Now for this week's video.
Okay, so here we go. We have our floor plan ready, and we're going to show it to you here on the screen in kind of like a blown up view. Keep in mind that although I have fallen in love with lots of floor plan options on Pinterest and pictures and wonderful things I've seen, that's just not reality for us. We need to have space that works and is efficient. So it may look a little clustered, but we have some ideas on how to make it still feel airy and roomy. So starting from the left side of the floor plan, which is the rear of the unit, we have what will be the girls' bedroom. We're going to go ahead and put bunk beds back there across the width of the unit. And we really kind of finalized this decision after going to the Airstream dealer up in Fort Worth and seeing that bunk beds really can work okay in the unit. Now we're turning our bunk beds a different direction. Instead of running parallel to the street, we are going to be perpendicular. There's a fancy word for you. And there will be a window back there, but we've kind of taken some measurements, and although one of the beds will cover up part of the window, it will not be attached to the window right there, so this window will still be functional and be able to be opened and allow some fresh air into that bedroom, which I'm sure it will be needed.
What tracks do we have here?
So my guess is that those tracks right there are the Tegosaurus, because, and then I think it's
The
called
bigger-
a pteropod. Yeah, the bigger.
Pteropod, yeah.
Oh my goodness, whatever they're called. The T.
Yes. If you're vegetarian, you're fat. If you eat meat, you're lean. Vegetarian, you're fat. Lean. I'll just have a salad. I'm watching my weight get bigger. I'll have a steak, a saurus.
Okay, so back in 1908, there was this huge flood that came through the Paluxy River, which is the river that runs here through Dinosaur Valley State Park. And about a year later, there was a 9-year-old little boy, about the same age as Savannah, who was walking through some of the riverbed and found a pteropod footprint. Okay, so we know that most of our furniture and our walls, etc., everything's going to be a custom build. There's just no way we can get online and look up 1978 Airstream, brand new wall, ship that on into Waxahachie, Texas. We're going to have to either build everything ourselves or rely on some local woodworking friends of ours to help us build custom cabinets, custom counters, custom walls, our shower design, the beds, all those kinds of things. Todd is extremely handy and should be able to do most of our building. So hopefully that won't cost us too terribly much in that process, but we know that what we're putting in is not out there already. For example, I went to IKEA this week with my mom and my daughter, And while we were there, we were checking out some of the furniture, and I found this super cool L-shaped couch. So this is the type of dinette situation I'd like to have in our camper, where it's like an L-shaped sofa, and then Todd would build a table that would serve as the dining table. That the lounge side lifted up for storage underneath, and the couch side had a pull out underneath that the mattress, or it's kind of like an ottoman, just kind of popped up, and it made like this perfect double-sized bed. And I was in my head thinking, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for the Airstream, because we're building an L-shaped dinette, so that when one of our daughters flies in or comes in to visit, that we will be able to turn that into her sleeping area for her visits. And so I thought that would be awesome. It's already done. That's one less thing that Todd would have to build. However, I was about 30 seconds from making the decision of going ahead and purchasing it, and I decided to call Todd up, and I said, hey, send me a picture of our floor plan so I can count out how much space we have. I want to measure this couch just to make sure there's enough space. And there wasn't. It was about 2 feet wider or longer than what I needed it to be, and it would have stuck out really far into our walkway. In fact, it would have taken up our walkway. There will be a wall where you can see the wall is highlighted there. It allows there to be some closets and drawer space for storage in the back bedroom. So the girls will have a little bit of foot room that they can use to get in and out of their beds, with a closed door to isolate them into their bedroom. Coming further down into the unit, you can see that there's a hallway there, which kind of separates the bathroom from what I'm going to call our kitchen and desk space. So there will be one long countertop, basically from the front door on the other side of the fridge all the way down, a solid countertop with cabinet space. No upper cabinets to allow there to be some space, room there. But there will be a desk space for 1 or 2 people. Maybe like 2 kids and maybe 1 Todd. And then across the hallway, there will be a bathroom. Our bathroom is probably, outside of the actual bed floor space, is the largest room, because, well, we need to be able to accommodate Todd. Like, he's a tall dude. He needs to have plenty of room in the shower. He's got a bunch of girls that are going to be sharing this Airstream with him, so we all like to get ready and have bathroom time, right? So there will be a sink and a countertop there that'll be pretty small. The counter of the sink will go over the well, so the cabinet space there will be pretty small. So in the bathroom, the shower is taking up quite a little bit of space there. You can see there's a well there, which will end up being kind of like a seat in the shower, which will provide a place for us to put like our shampoos and conditioners and body wash and all that good stuff. And it's actually pretty cool to put it there, because, the unit kind of curves up as the walls come up and goes towards the top of the roof or the top of the ceiling. And when you've got that limits anything that's on the outside length of the unit. Can't be too terribly tall because you've got that curve coming in. So that's great to have the bench there, because if you're going to be in that area, you'd be sitting anyway. You don't need to worry about the height. And then, of course, it's the storage. There's some dinosaur tracks here in this park. You can see pteropods as well as, what was the other one?
Theropods, I believe.
Theropods. So the difference between those is the ptera, which kind of stands for 3, has like a footprint with like 3 distinct toes.
Has very sharp claws.
Yeah, which probably belong to like Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then the theropod had more of a rounded set of toes.
Yeah.
And so it would make footprints that were a little bit more roundish. And a sauropod is the type of dinosaur that would mostly eat like vegetables, like vegetation and stuff. I think she just gave up. She said no. We like to come here a lot, especially in the summer, to go swimming in this awesome river. But today we're here because we wanted to go hiking and get out with the dogs and just have some exercise. So the park actually opened for the first time in 1972. But the tracks that are found in the riverbed here were first discovered in 1909 after a flood had happened just the previous year in 1908, which kind of uncovered some pteropod and sauropod tracks. But there will be a fridge there when you first come into the door. So over on the dining side, the space that's like a rectangle that kind of has like the lines on it, that is going to, so visually, let me try to describe how that'll be. So Xena needs a place to have her crate. She's a very large dog. She's a giant schnauzer. She is currently 18 weeks old. So she's not fully grown yet, but she still already takes up quite a bit of space. So we need to have the ability for her to have a crate in our unit and not having to, you know, break it down, put it up, break it down, put it up. It's also going to take a large section of floor space in our unit. So we want to make sure that we accommodate her. So in that space, there is a section of wheel well that Todd will build a platform over, and then her crate will go on top of that. And then there will be a countertop built to go over her crate. So it's kind of like a crate sandwich, if you can visualize that. On top of the countertop there, against the wall, which is, you know, next to the shower, there will be probably a television there. Maybe some other type of media and some storage space there for our cameras and a lot of our recording equipment that Todd has for our channel. And then you will see the L-shaped dinette, which Todd will build to accommodate the table to go down and make a solid sleeping surface for a fifth person. There's also a window right behind the kitchen sink. That was a necessity to me. I love being able to wash dishes and see out of the unit. I do not like looking at a blank or boring wall when I'm doing dishes. So that's awesome.
Okay, I'm sorry to stop this montage, but I gotta talk to you guys. Stephanie tried to feed me Brussels sprouts. Guys, 100% of the people that's ever eaten a Brussels sprout has or will die. I'm not eating Brussels sprouts. Or you know what? It's not bad. I'm just joking.
When you walk into the unit, on your left you're looking at a fridge, straight you're looking at the dinette, and to your right you will see what is our bedroom. There will be another solid wall there with a pocket door, and basically that entire space is just going to be a bed. We are going to do our best to cut down a California king size bed and fit it into that space so that we have comfortable sleeping arrangements in our Airstream. we have a California King in our bedroom here at home. So the idea of going back down is one of those things, it's a luxury that we don't want to give up. So we're going to do our best to make that fit. Based off the measurements that we have, I did design this space to accommodate a California King. So ideally it should work, but we'll see. We will have 2 windows, technically 3. We have the full front wraparound, window that's on the front of the unit, as well as 2 single windows there that will be in our bedroom. So we'll have lots of light. I'm sure that I'll be designing some kind of curtain situation. But I kind of like that idea because I visualize a awesome afternoon nap somewhere really cool and the weather's perfect and the breeze is blowing in and it just sounds amazing. So we'll have storage under the front bed, the back bottom bunk, and we already have access doors in both of those locations to be able to get up underneath those beds. But we'll still go ahead and build it so that we can access it inside as well. We'll have storage under our dinette where our seats are. We will have cabinet space in the kitchen and in the desk area underneath. We will not have upper cabinets in that area, just so that way when you're standing at the front door and you're looking down, it's a little bit more airy than if there were upper cabinets up there. There will be upper cabinets in the front bedroom, in the master bedroom. Actually, the end cap that we have, that we pulled out, we think we're going to be able to reuse that. We'll have to fix a couple of cracks in it, but we think we'll reuse it, and it already has a couple of cabinet holes, but it had that accordion door stuff, which we didn't keep, so we'll figure that out. Okay, one thing I wanted to say about the refrigerator. I know that it looks like, wow, you've got it right up against the wall. Is it going to fit? It's going to be too tall because of that curve. However, we did go ahead and take the measurements of the fridge, and they've got what they call their cutout dimensions if you were putting it in a kitchen. And then we went outside in the middle of the night with our flashlight and our measuring tape, and we made sure that that unit is not too tall. Because it is a retro style fridge, it's not as tall as a residential fridge would be, like say inside of a home. So it will fit, and it'll be fine. Once you're standing inside the unit, you'll actually be able to see right over the fridge. And I'm 5'3", and I'll be able to see right over the fridge. So that's pretty much it. I am super excited. I hope that our floor plan ideas don't change too much from this point forward, because we are getting ready to build our gantries this week. We actually have a friend who has a lot of wood that we can use for the gantries. So we're going to pick that up this weekend. Going to start putting those together early next week. And when we start working on the frame, we've got to start building and accommodating what we think our floor plan is going to be like. Once we get that frame finished, we have to run our electrical and get everything set up so that we can accommodate our floor plan. We really don't want to change it too much going forward. We have been doing some shopping this week. We've been looking up where to get our tanks from. We will share once we actually make those purchases where we got our items from. We also are getting quotes on our axles. We know that we need to purchase 2 new axles for our frame. And since that's the biggest thing we're fixing to tackle, we want to go ahead and get those ordered because they do take a few weeks to come in. And we will share who the vendors are that we're using, why we decided to go with them, and how you can get in touch with those same companies should you decide to purchase. So that's pretty much it on the floor plan reveal. I hope that you guys are just as excited as we are. If you have some suggestions as to how to accommodate certain things, or if you see something and it kind of like throws up a red flag, please share those comments with us. We want to be able to keep in mind other perspectives. If you see something that maybe is new and you've never seen it before, let us know. We would love to be on the cutting edge of a new design. And we just thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what we do here with sharing our Airstream renovation and our family with you, please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, you can follow us on Facebook at Two Beards and a Babe. We also have a website, which is twobeardsandababe.com. And follow us on Instagram at 2BandB. Thanks so much. We hope to see you soon.